Here are some NPCs for your campaign. Calvin and his two business partners, Brother Simeon and Brother Thaddeus, are monks that run a successful plumbing business called Calvin and the Drip Monks. Using their flurry of blows, they can send key energy vibrating through pipes to locate and dislodge blockages, helping to improve water flow and ensuring that everyone in town has clean drinking water. Recently, however, people are complaining that their water has turned yellow, syrupy, and thick. Calvin and his drip monks need your help to venture down into the sewers to investigate. If players agree to do so, they can encounter giant rats or thieves, but eventually they will stumble upon the true source of the problem, a huge ochre jelly. Ochre jellies can climb walls, squeeze through tight spaces, and can deal bludgeoning and acid damage. They can also split into smaller jellies as a reaction, making this a challenging encounter for lower level parties. How would your party best take down a giant jelly? Let us know in the comments.
Meet Saul Blart, a simple man with a simple dream, to be a contributing member to the town guard. The captain of the guard refuses to let him in for reasons unknown, but as a prank decides to give him a job as a weapons permit inspector. Saul diligently goes about this job, writing tickets for anyone unable to produce a permit, earning him the nickname the Maul Cop. Having finished with folks in town, Saul is expanding to areas outside the walls, causing the captain of the guard to ask the party for help. The captain notes Saul is eagerly headed to a Merilith lair to audit their weapons, of which they have many, and while a fun joke, the captain doesn't want to see Saul hurt. If they chase after Saul on the road, the party can catch him and try to persuade him to stop, but he's adamant he must carry through, tapping his temple and smiling, saying, "The mind is the only weapon that doesn't need a sheath." What would your party do with Saul, and what other trouble might he get into? Let us know in the comments.
Share this NPC with your DM. Mad Maxine is a Wood barbarian. She traverses the realm's barren wastelands, angrily planting seeds in hopes of regrowing lost forests. Her associate, Furiosa, the Pine Tree Dryad, failed to show up at the rendezvous point. And now Maxine is worried that something has happened to her in the desert. Riding her trusty armored elephant, Maxine asks the party for their support while she follows Furiosa's trail. If the players agree, they will eventually arrive at the lush desert estate of the wealthy and tyrannical Joe. He has Furiosa trapped inside his Joasis as part of his collection of rare and exotic plants. Help Maxine rage against this injustice, breaking through Joe's personal armored guard and rescuing the Dryad. Would your party attempt to break through by brute force Mad Maxine style, or would you try a different approach? Let us know in the comments.
Share this encounter with your DM. As the party hangs out at a local tavern, they overhear conversations about a tax collector coming to town the next day. Business owners in town keep referring to the IRS, who strong-arms them into paying bales tax, which are silver pieces, for any bales of hay near their establishment, ghoul tax, gold pieces for each ghoul or ghast they vanquish that year, and tariffs, electrum pieces for any interdimensional sales or travel they did the previous year. The business owners ask the party to put a stop to the practice, but are a bit dodgy with the details. The following day, a beholder in an ill-fitting suit and shoddy briefcase floats into town, knocking on business doors and introducing himself as Rabraham Sclera, or IRS. The beholder uses an escalation of rays against the party and business owners if they refuse to pay, with paralyzation ray first, petrification ray next, and death ray if the business owner absolutely refuses. What would your party do to ward off IRS, or would they cut a deal and join the tax collector? Let us know in the comments.
Here's an NPC for your campaign. Ranger Ryck is a, you guessed it, ranger who protects the realm's forests. His appearance, however, is deceiving. Although he resembles a strange raccoon humanoid, he's actually just a typical tabaxi. Before his transformation, Ryck lived a life of leisure and luxury among the elite because of his family's successful mercantile business. However, things changed for young Ryck when he observed the nobility burning down the area forests to make room for things such as larger estates and private swimming pools. He tried to stop them, but was burned in the process, singeing his fur forever with the black rings and ashy gray coat that he now wears with pride. As his new identity, Ranger Ryck, he protects the defenseless woodland creatures from destructive, civilized society, marking his favored enemy as the many constructs that have been attempting to clear out trees. Would your party help Ranger Ryck on his mission to stop encroaching civilization? Or could they be bribed by the wealthy nobles to get rid of this pesky interloper? Let us know in the comments.
Here's an encounter idea for your next session. As the party travels through the plains, they come across a mysterious tome that goes into great detail about cattle ranching. An inscription inside says, "Property of Angus," along with some mysterious text. A high arcana roll will reveal that the non-common text is that of a unique cleric domain. As the party reviews the tome, they hear yelling and rumbling nearby. Investigating, they'll find and smell a herd of stench cows running in a circle around an elderly halfling. If the party approaches, the stench cows will attempt to trample them, but if they stay away, the cows will gore the creature in the center of the ring. Saving the halfling will reveal that he is the Angus in the front of the tome, and he explains that it is all the knowledge he's collected on the Bovine domain, which gives clerics strange powers over cows. A low-level cleric himself, Angus has yet to perfect the magic in the book and attempted a bovine variation of Cloudkill. Depending on level, he can teach the party some spells like Moonbeam, Conjure Cows, Beef Stow Curse, or Bovine Favor. What other spells might the Bovine domain hold? Let us know in the comments.